Hi boys and girls, today we're doing 10.3. It's how can we identify and draw parallel and perpendicular lines. So we're going to be looking at some more vocabulary words. We're going to be looking at perpendicular lines, parallel lines, and intersecting lines. So let's first start with the perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines in a plane that intersect to form four right angles. So here you see kind of like a T, okay? Where they meet, they form a right angle. And this one is showing this is a right angle, this is a right angle, this is a right angle, and this is a right angle. So this is it, perpendicular lines, okay? It doesn't matter which angle they're on, as long as they form four right angles, they are perpendicular lines. Okay. The next one is parallel lines. These are lines on a plane that are always the same distance apart, and parallel lines never intersect each other. So you see DE is parallel to FG. These are lines that keep going on, and they never come together. In the word parallel, you see the two L's. Those are parallel to each other. Mom. If you're on the street and you look at the yellow lines in between the two sides of the street, those yellow lines are parallel lines. A fence, the top and the bottom of the fence, those are parallel lines. These are never going to intersect each other. Even if I look at my board here, I see that this red line and this red line, they're parallel. They keep going, but they're never going to touch, okay? The last one we're going to look at is intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are lines in a plane that cross at exactly one point. Intersecting lines form four right angles. Form four angles. They don't have to be right angles. So here they might form a right angle. Here they don't, okay? It's just that they intersect. They touch at one point and they continue on and on. They're never going to touch each other again because these lines are going to keep going in opposite directions, okay? Let's look at the board. I have some pictures, and then I want to identify where are my parallel lines, where are my intersecting lines, and where are my perpendicular lines. So let's start with the parallel lines, okay? Remember, the two L's in parallel, they're two lines that are never going to touch. So I know that they're two lines that go together, that they're never going to touch each other. We have to remember, too, that a line goes on in both directions forever and ever. So if I look at this here, eventually these are going to touch. So these are not parallel to each other, okay? But if I look at this line, FJ and DC, I see that they're running next to each other and they're continuing on, but they're never touching each other, okay? And they're the same distance apart here and here and here. So line DC is parallel, that's a symbol for parallel, like the two L's, to FJ. Okay. Intersecting lines, I see lots of intersecting lines. I see lots of lines that come together and meet and form four angles. Okay, so I could let's look at the first one, DC and AB. AB and DC meet here at point Z, okay? They form a small angle here, a large angle here, so acute, obtuse, acute, obtuse. They continue on in different directions, so this is the only place that they're going to meet. So, line AB intersecting line line DC. Okay. And then which ones are perpendicular? Perpendicular lines form a right angle. So I see this is a right angle, which means this is a right angle, this is a right angle, and this is a right angle. So this forms four right angles. So line LM is perpendicular to line AB. Okay? And you'll see in your reteaching today They're gonna show you a plane. This is called a plane, lines that are on a plane. And you're gonna be looking for the different angles that are intersecting, parallel, or perpendicular. So just think back to the vocabulary words and think back about what these lines are. Remember, perpendicular form right angles, parallel run next to each other but they never touch, and intersecting meet at one point and continue on in different directions. Good luck, girls and boys. You'll have your Think Central assignment, and like I said, every other day we will be putting some supplemental material of different lessons that you can see to watch the same idea. Have a great day.
Bye.